Hello, welcome to Not Another Who podcast. I'm your host, Sam Morrell.
And I'm Gargoyle Dave.
I'm Guardian of the Solar System.
I thought you were going to introduce the podcast like that. I thought
I'm
you were going to just say
Guardian
hi.
of the Solar System. Did you just change that as we
I
were
did.
recording?
Yeah. I thought it was quite fitting, you know?
I was listening to the audio of Dalek Master Plan and that just popped into my head. Why don't I just change my name to Guardian of the Solar System?
Let's dive into the main attraction, shall we?
The Demons.
The Demons, or the Daemons, as I keep calling them.
I think it's pronounced the Daemons, isn't it?
I think it's pronounced the Daemons.
John
or the Daemons.
From the planet Deimos.
Deimos. Ace. Oh no, wrong doctor. I can't really do a John Pertwee impression. Reverse the no, that was Stuart Griffin. No, I'm not gonna try it. Try it. Okay. Yes, we are reviewing the Demons. Are they spooky? This guy surely is. So, the Demons came out in 1971. It was the fifth and final serial of Doctor Who season 8. Isn't that one of your favourites?
Definitely is. It is the favourite of mine.
Oh, it's your favourite. Oh. And it explores sort of British folklore and quaint little villages that have a veneer of darkness and mythology going on. Do you want to say where the village is?
It's it is I don't know how you pronounce it. Alborn.
I thought it was Devil's End.
No, that's the village in the show.
Oldbourne.
Yeah, it's in Sussex. It's just down the road from me.
Oh, I genuinely, for some reason, I genuinely thought Devil's End was the name of the village.
No.
Oh, but that would have been such a cool name.
You actually thought it was called Devil's End?
Yes. We've got a place called Land's End.
We do.
And there's a place in Cornwall called Barcelona.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure where Land's End is. Where is it?
At Land's End.
Land's End.
The tip of Cornwall.
Oh, yeah, of course it is.
That wasn't me just being funny. That was genuinely a thing.
No, I was having a blonde moment. I thought it might be that, but I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to say anything and look stupid.
That's fair enough. That is fair enough. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, Land's End is the tip of Cornwall. Which is why I thought Devil's End was an actual place, because I genuinely thought we've got a Land's End, we've got a Barcelona, we've got a place called Skegness. Like,
yeah.
We have weird village names. That should have been a video in itself. Weird village names. that could have been a Doctor Who village. But yeah, I genuinely didn't. But Oldbourne, Wiltshire, which is just around your parts.
It's not in
Have you ever
Wiltshire.
been there?
It's not in Wiltshire. It's in Sussex.
It says Oldbourne, Wiltshire. Although it is Google.
It's in Sussex.
It's in Sussex. Okay, I will take your word for it.
Wiltshire is
have you ever
the
been?
other side of where I live.
Have you ever been?
No, I haven't. I want to.
It's one of your favourite stories.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's in the middle of nowhere. It's like very rural.
Well, yeah, it's the Wickerman village. It definitely will be rural. Anyway, so the plot. Let's go through the plot. The story takes place in the picturesque but aptly named English village of Devil's End. An archaeological dig at the Bronze Age burial mound, the Devil's Hump. I was going to make a joke, but let's not. Is interrupted when a mysterious force strikes. The master, masquerading as a new local vicar, Reverend Magister, is using black magic rituals in the church's cavern to summon Azal, the last of a powerful alien race known as the Daemons. The Daemons are revealed to be an ancient alien species that has influenced human development throughout history, becoming the source of myths about the devil and demons. Azal is here to judge humanity as a failed experiment and decide whether to destroy Earth or transfer his awesome power to a worthy recipient, which the Master desperately hopes will be him. The Third Doctor and his companion Joe Grant, along with unit team Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart, Captain Yates and Sergeant Benton, rush to Devil's End. They are blocked by a mysterious heat barrier surrounding the village, which cuts off unit's main forces and traps the Doctor, Joe, Yates and Benton inside. The Doctor finds an unlikely ally in Olive Hawthorne, a local white witch who immediately recognizes the Master's evil intentions. The story climaxes with a confrontation between the Doctor, the Master, and the powerful Azal. So, the producer was Barry Letts on this. This was his second series. Yeah.
Yes.
His second series. Script editor Terence Dix. Writers.
His third series.
Wow. Yeah, Terence Dix's third series. Now, the writers of this story. Do you know who the writer is?
It is a pseudonym, Guy Leopold. It's the producer Barry Letts and Robert Sloman.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
You thought you were gonna catch me out on that one.
I mean, I genuinely thought I could, but because I did on the Horror of Fan Rock. I caught you out with the Flannan Isles, but I thought I'd give it a go, but obviously you're too good for me.
I've just been watching a lot of Doctor Who behind the scenes documentaries and reading books for the last 30 years, so
with your hand,
not quite 30 years, but
with your face pressed up against the TV, being like, I need to know more. I need to absorb all this knowledge.
Absorb.
The director of this episode was also Christopher Barry, who has worked on quite a few Doctor Who episodes.
Daleks was his first one, wasn't it?
I think so, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure all of the episodes he ever did.
No, it was I don't know
I've got it here.
which ones though.
He did Daleks, episodes
Robot.
1, 2, 4, and 5. He did the entirety of The Rescue, The Romans, The Savages, The Power of the Daleks, the Daemons, The Mutants, Robot, The Brain of Morbius, The Creature from the Pit, and Downtime? I don't think I've ever heard of that.
That was BBV.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We'll have to review that one day.
Okay. And yeah, okay. Great. That just soured. That just soured. That's like pouring cold water on it. Anyway, but yes, he is a very prolific Doctor Who director. He's worked on the show a lot.
Yeah. He's very prolific. And
in fact, we've already done one of his episodes.
Robot.
Earlier this year. Yeah.
Yeah, he directed Robot. He directed Creature from the Pit as well.
Yes, he did.
But
we haven't done that one
creature.
yet. I haven't seen that episode for years, so that is definitely... Maybe that'll be a good ranking. Maybe one of our next ranking videos is all of Christopher Barry's Doctor Who episodes. Just go director by director.
Maybe we could review it next year.
Woo!
Woo!
Subscribe if you want to see that kind of content on here. And don't forget to press the bell either. Anyway. So yes, we've basically talked about the hidden writer. Much of the story was also filmed in the village of Oldbourne, Wiltshire. Obviously, you say Sussex. I'm going to keep saying Sussex because obviously Google is wrong sometimes. And I keep... Yeah. Anyway, much of the story was filmed on location in the village of Oldbourne, Sussex. The production was given a generous 2 weeks for the location shoot, more than double the usual time, which accounts for the story's rich outdoor and atmospheric feel. What do you think about the heavy location filming that this episode utilized?
Yeah, they spent 2 weeks on location.
Yes.
Oh, I just looked it up. It is Wiltshire. It is right. There's 2 Oldbournes.
Samuel. I will not say this again, but when I'm talking... No, it's fine. We get stuff wrong sometimes. That's the whole point of being human. That's what we're here to find out, is why do we get stuff wrong all the time? Who cares?
It is in Wiltshire. But there are 2 Oldbournes.
There are loads of Bournes. There's a Wellsbourne, there's an Oldbourne, there's a Newborn, there's one born every minute. There's the Knacker's Yard. Sorry. I went on a tangent then. ADHD, you know.
Yeah, and you always set me off. We both got ADHD, and you always set me off.
Yeah. It's kind of like, do you remember those magnets that used to go zzz
Yeah.
when they connected? It's like that, but with our ADHDs. It's like whenever we connect, we just go zzz. Anyway, this is too tangenty. Going back to like the location, what did you think about the heavy use of location for this episode? Do you think it was good? Do you think more stories should have been afforded this?
Yeah, I like the extensive location work in the story, set in this primary location. Yeah, it's a very good location to create a lot of atmosphere.
It has. I agree with you. It has all the quirky elements of a traditional English village. It reminded me a lot of where I grew up, because I grew up in a village like that in the middle of nowhere. I would actually refer to it as the village of the damned, because there were more old people than there were young people, and I would call it the village where you go to die, because you'd just see old people moving in, and then a couple of months later they'd be moving out, but in a completely different box.
I mean,
so
same here. You've been to, my town of birth. It's a town where people go and retire, basically. But it's very touristy at the same time.
I think with your town, the difference was you had bus and train links. We had one bus that would come in, and it would be really early in the morning and come back really late in the evening. It would just be one bus. And the problem is, when the bus services got worse, you couldn't know when the bus would come. So when it said on the timetable 9:50, it would actually come at like 8:50, and you wouldn't have any idea. So, yeah, I mean, we live in the rural lands of England, and that is basically the encapsulation of this story, because that's the whole point. It's meant to isolate you from the larger world, from what's out there, and that's the heat barrier, for example, makes a good.
Yeah, I was just about to say the heat barrier.
Yes. Yeah. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, the heat barrier, it closes everything off from the outside world, and everything goes to amok, really, in that space. No one can get out, no one can get in.
Do you know what it reminded me of?
What's that?
The glass dome in the Simpsons movie. Insert clip here.
You think the Simpsons creators, can't speak today. The Simpsons creators got that from that episode? Who knows?
Matt Groening obviously is a massive Doctor Who fan. There's been countless cameos of the Doctor in The Simpsons.
Yeah,
I would not be surprised. Yeah, exactly. Well, I think his favourite Doctor is Tom Baker. So I wouldn't be surprised if he took the concept of a heat barrier trapping, obviously different because a glass dome, heat barrier, but I wouldn't be surprised if he took the concept of that from the episode. If anything, that's quite a nice homage. It's quite a nice reference. So we have the Master's incantations. The supposed black magic the Master uses is actually the nursery rhyme "Mary Had a Little Lamb," and the backwards name of the guest star Damaris Heyman, Namya Siramad, said in reverse. This was done to appease the BBC, which was concerned about the genuine religious beliefs, references, or Satanism. That's very interesting.
Yeah, this story took a lot of flack at the time.
I can imagine so.
The religious conservatives, probably Mary Whitehouse as well.
Mary Whitehouse. Damn you, Mary Whitehouse.
Yeah, she always had a thing to say about Doctor Who.
The thing is, I mean, obviously now we have opened doors on having Satanist, pagan stuff involved. Obviously, at the time, this was something the religious right were extremely against, and but nowadays, yes, we do have a bit more of not an acceptance, but a case of showing more of that kind of side. And yeah, I can understand the BBC's apprehension to show any of that on screen, and I think it might have been a good case for them not to, because at the end of the day, they aren't representing paganism, they're representing their version of it. They're representing their version of black magic. So at the end of the day, you could say that them not including actual black magic spells or anything too dark was a good thing, because yes, it might have made the pagan rituals look a little bit more spooky by comparison, but you don't want to misrepresent. You don't want to stoke unnecessary fear, and I think that's what the serial wasn't meant to be, stoking any sort of fear. It was meant to just be exposing all the stuff that the late 60s and early 70s was exploring in culture.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't too long after The Wicker Man was made, which I think was heavily inspired by this episode.
It may have been inspired by this. And was there I can't think of any other folk horror movies around this time that could have inspired The Wicker Man as well.
I mean, I could kind of think of maybe like folk horror stories, because there's obviously the village Lower Quinton where the what's his name? the tragic death of. Let me see. Hang on. Charles Walton, that was it.
Yeah.
Back in 1945, Charles Walton was killed in Lower Quinton, and some believe that it was a pagan ritual. So that could have inspired it. We also have, let's see, folk horror film. Yeah, I mean you have all sorts. The Blood on Satan's Claw, that came out the same year.
Yes.
Cry of the Banshee.
That's a good film. I forgot about that film. I think
Mark of the Devil.
I think what's her name? Wendy Padbury was in that episode, that film.
The Blood on Satan's Claw.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah, I thought so.
She was Kathy Vespers.
Yeah, it's been ages since.
Like a good film.
It's been ages since I've seen that film.
To be fair, you know, if we think about like everything is connected via like a couple of references, you could maybe say that the film inspired the serial or the serial inspired the film. You know, you never know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
We can't.
We certainly don't.
We can't ask Barry Letts that. So.
Casting. So the character of Joe Grant was introduced this season, and the initial audition scene for Katie Manning was adapted and written into episode 4 of the Daemons. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I think her audition piece was to react to a clothes rack or something. And it's got a hat on it. If I remember the interview that she talked about of her audition piece. It's something like that.
Right, so where were we? I couldn't remember.
I don't know. I forgot what I was talking about.
Katie Manning.
Katie Manning! That's it. That's the person.
That is.
I've lost my train of thought now.
We were talking about her casting in the show and how her initial scene was, I think you said acting at a clothes horse or something?
No, it wasn't a clothes horse. It was a hat rack. You know, the long thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Coat rack. That's it. I don't know why I made that so complicated.
The power of ADHD.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Yeah, it was a coat rack with a hat on it, and she had to react to it.
And I think the same scene was reused for the Demons, but obviously probably changed to make it a bit more scarier than just her acting towards a hat rack.
Hat rack, coat rack,
or a clothes horse.
a clothes horse.
I think that would probably be in the new series. I think if we're going back to a limited budget, it's going to be the spooky clothes horse and the microwave that goes ding.
Every household appliance just killing people, basically. That'd be a good episode.
That would be an amazing. That's it. I'm making that. BBC, hire me, and I will make your electrical appliances be scary. I will make the toaster of doom.
And the microwave of death.
The Brigadier. Now, the Brigadier is hardly in this episode.
Yeah, because he is a lemon waiting for the squeezer.
Oh, that was what you were talking about. For some reason, you messaged at me earlier, and I was, even though I'd watched the episode and was reacting to it in real time to you, I had no idea what you meant by that whole lemon thing, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna bring it up, or it'll be brought up sometime, and we'll talk about it. But I have no idea, and it just baffled me.
Yeah, I was just shouting quotes at you because I've seen this episode trillions of times. I could just quote it.
But I'm not very good at picking up on quotes to episodes I don't know. That would make a good game, actually.
It would, actually.
We'll make a game that we both have to have like a line of dialogue from the episode. We have to guess the episode and the character who said it.
Right, we're starting at... No, I'm joking.
Starting now.
And I'll throw a deep cut at you.
Then we have the impressive shot of the Brigadier's helicopter crashing into the heat shield and exploding was actually stock footage borrowed from the James Bond film From Russia with Love. Didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
No, I thought that was quite interesting. And then this story marks a significant point in the arc of the Master, as it's the first time he is definitively captured by UNIT after being the main antagonist throughout all of Season 8. Which is interesting because, you know, the meddling Master keeps popping up, obviously, and this is...
I thought you were going to say the meddling monk.
The meddling monk. No, he's coming back with the toaster of doom. He's the one behind it all. No, I was thinking meddling Master because Master's meddling in Earth events. It's quite an interesting way that he gets captured. Because it's not your standard capture of a villain, let's say.
No. And I also liked his introduction in the story.
Yes, when he's got those very thick glasses on.
Yeah.
And it's basically him, but he's in a dog's collar and the big thick rimmed glasses.
Yeah, and he says to Miss Hawthorne, excuse me, I hope violence won't be necessary.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird lines in this. The bit where everyone repeats with horns made me think
Liverpool.
of the with horns. Um, Made me. Again, I didn't realize you were quoting that, and that's why I sent the Beacons of Gondor thing instead, because I thought that's what you meant.
No,
No.
I was like, why did you send me a Lord of the Rings clip?
I know. That was just me. That was my brain. It was turned off. I've slept since then. But yeah, the bit with when they repeat with horns just reminded me of one of the Naked Gun Police Squad jokes where Leslie Nielsen will say something and then he'll say "and all together" and then everyone repeats it. Very funny. Very, very funny.
I've not actually seen their films.
You're missing out. It's one of the best films.
I've very nearly seen the new one.
The new one's alright. There's a very funny scene with a snowman. But that's about it. And it's a snowman that comes to life as well. It's weird. But we're not talking about Naked Gun today. Now, I'm just trying to get up all my notes. Oh, that was it. The bit where he says, "All right, about 100,000 years ago," and then he gets interrupted by this thing.
Yeah.
One of the weirdest parts of a Doctor Who story I've ever seen is just the cliffhanger being, "All right, about 100,000 years ago," and then,
I liked where he appeared above the hill. He's like,
yeah. That gargoyle, as I was saying to you, obviously the costume looks bad, but it's the performance is so funny, even though it's not meant to be. It's so funny, it kind of makes it good.
yeah,
Like it's watchable. It's it works with the story, but ultimately you are laughing at it instead of with it. And I think I would say it's a weakest point of the story, but I still think that's what classic Who relied on, is the kind of valley between bad and good, and trying to sort of cross into that valley and not go either side too often. It'd be like roller skate. Oh, it's the Magister.
No, I'm just getting a headache. I thought I'd wear I should probably be wearing them.
You probably should be
While I'm
wearing
not
them all the time.
like looking at a screen.
Oh, I thought
I
you'd
do
turn
when
into
I'm
the
like doing typing, but
I thought you had turned into the Reverend Magister.
plus I don't like the glare on the glasses, so I don't actually.
You just have to point your glasses down like this. The bit where Yates says "you're an idiot" to Katie Manning, I thought that was really funny. It's just, "You're an idiot." All right, calm down.
Idiot.
So imagine that happening in well, it has happened a couple of times in New Who, but just imagine like the Doctor turning round to Clara or someone, just going, "You're an idiot." It's just funny. Mrs. Hawthorne reminds me of Lady Tottington
from
from Wallace and
Wallace and
Gromit.
Gromit.
Yeah. Every time she's on screen and she says something, it's really funny because she speaks with that Lady Tottington voice, and she's kind of got the Wallace smile. She's got a Wallace kind of feature on her head, on her face, and yeah, it just, as much as I like the character, it did take me a little bit out of the story every time she was on screen.
No, I think she's a great character, to be honest.
She should have come back for the revival.
They did. There is a spin-off director DVD.
Please don't tell me.
It's not BBV. It's a different company.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good. If you
Okay.
have the time to look it up.
I will definitely look it up. Whether or not I'll give it a shot, I don't know, because let's be honest, when it comes to spin-offs, they're a bit hit and miss with Doctor Who. As we'll be getting into next year. I also had the Morris Dancers of Doom. That was one of my notes.
Yeah, and the Morris dancer that attacks Benton in the pub.
Yeah, and again, that fight scene is really funny because all you can hear is the jingle of bells. He's just attacking him and jingle. And Benton is pretty spry for an army soldier. Really gets in there.
Yeah, and he had another fight scene with Garvin.
Yeah, and wasn't that like? Oh, sorry. Wasn't that like literally the scene after or before? He had like 2 fight scenes in one or something. He definitely had like 2 in one episode at one point.
No, it's the one in the pub and the one in the crypt.
Oh right, okay. There was only 2 then.
And then Captain Yates had a fight scene with the guy possessed trying to get into that helicopter.
That was it. I was thinking of that. What other? I'll just say my full review, shall I? While it's not the best story of all time, it certainly has a lot to make it one of the best. The clear themes of mythology, magic, and folklore all play a key role in the story. The characters behave like they should. It's refreshing to see how good written stories can alleviate shoddy effects work. The Gargoyle has a lot of flaws. But Azazel. Azal. Argos. Looks amazing. Roger Delgado is the master. He embodies the role with such gravitas and camp whilst also remaining threatening. Although the brig is out for most of the story, his presence is still felt and makes the story more fun when he finally joins the battle. Yates, Benton are great as always, as is Joe. All in all, I'd say it's a great story. 8 out of 10. Yeah. I just thought I'd say my review because there's no point hanging on to it and just clipping lines. Yeah, I really enjoyed this story. I thought it was really interesting. It had a lot going for it. It was nice to see Doctor Who dabble in the mythology because, as we know, with the new series, their approach to gods and monsters, it leaves a lot to be desired, let's say.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
I couldn't see this story being made under Russell T Davis nowadays.
No, no, no. I don't think it could ever be made under. I don't think under Chibnall either.
I don't know. I think Chibnall would, but he would put his, he would put too much of himself in it. Whereas I think with Barry and Rob, I think what they did is they just wanted to set out making a really interesting story and then work backwards. So, they go, let's go with an isolated village in the middle of nowhere. Let's go these monsters that are aliens that people perceive to be gods. All this kind of stuff. I can kind of see Chibnall doing that, but I think maybe ruining it a little bit.
Yeah,
Moffat would probably do it, but would add
yeah,
a lot of his crappy jokes. It's kind of weird to see how far the show has fallen, really, because Barry Letts is one of the best producers on Doctor Who.
he is GOAT producer to me, along with Hinchcliffe.
One of the greatest of all time. Well, I'd say Lambert.
Yeah, Lambert, Letts, and Hinchcliffe.
Yeah. Oh no, who was during Pat's run? Whittaker.
He had two, Innes Lloyd and Peter Bryant.
Yeah, I'd say maybe Lloyd and Bryant as well, because his era was very good with stories. J&T, the less said about the better. But yeah, it's weird to see how strong the show was, how these producers, by the time Barry was on, he was standing on the shoulders of giants kind of thing. And he was just adding his flavor, as it were, to the show, and it's a really interesting story. It's got its frightening parts. I love the first scene where the guy's leaving the pub at night and it's a storm.
That's definitely my favorite opening of classic Who. I think maybe all Doctor Who, actually.
We'll do a ranking at some point
of all cold opens, basically.
Yeah. Every opening scene from Doctor Who ever, we'll do a ranking at some point. Yeah, I would definitely agree. It's one of my favorite openings. I like it more because growing up in a village like that, you can really tell who the person is and what they were doing, and pubs would be open up until about midnight, maybe 1 a.m, and then you'd just stagger home, finding whatever direction it was. So yeah, I found that really interesting, and I love the idea that Barry was such a very good visionary for the horror aspect, and really sold us on that horror of the story.
Yeah,
Right in time for Halloween.
definitely.
So, do you have any more to add?
Can't think of anything.
I like the fact that Stephen Thorne, who played as Al, also played Omega.
Yeah, and he played Aldrad in Hand of Fear.
Hand of
You seen
Fear.
that story? Hand of Fear.
Sarah Jane's Last.
Yeah, Aldrad must
Yes.
live.
Yeah.
Aldrad must live.
Aldrad must live. Yeah. I just like the actor. I think the actor is a superb Doctor Who villain. And
Yeah,
the fact that he's come back more times and did something new each time was quite good.
Yeah. Yeah, he did something different each time he came back. It wasn't like the same performance.
No, like I mean, if you were to compare Azal to Omega, for example, yeah, they're both godlike beings, but they're in different leagues of their own. Omega is this Time Lord warped into this villainous, character, and only because he's gone completely insane. And Azal is like this kind of, the way Azal is portrayed is it's his ego, it's his like there's something grand about him, but there isn't anything grand about him because he's no more powerful than a Time Lord is, really.
Yeah.
It's just if you believe in his power, he gets stronger, kind of thing.
Yeah.
What would you rate this episode?
A 10.
10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
It is pretty much a flawless story.
It's fair enough. I mean, I only take the 2 points off because of him.
Him?
Him.
I can look that over, to be honest.
I can look it over to an extent, but there is just the sheer funniness of his character, like of just this being, is just weird. But yeah, no, 10 is fair, I would say, especially if it's your favorite season and one of your favorite episodes. It's clearly going to be quite high. But as we're talking about
season, but
sorry,
not quite my favorite season, but this is my favorite story.
I thought this was your favorite season, or is it? Oh no, season 7.
No, that's season 7. Yeah,
season 7's your yeah.
Then 13, then probably 8. It's up there.
Swaps and changes.
Yeah. But season 7 is like up there on top.
Well, as we're talking about rankings, there's a couple of things that we need to clear up. But yeah. We will be back with the Happiness Patrol. That will be sometime in November, I'm guessing. Let's have a look at the calendar. I'm guessing that will be sometime in the first week or so. We'll do the Happiness Patrol and then Vengeance on Varus after.
Mm-hmm.
And then how many other classic Who? No, because then we'll have done every classic Doctor then.
Yeah, we would have done every classic Doctor by then.
Yeah. So join us when we return. Have a very happy Halloween and subscribe.
And
Just down
give
there.
us a like as well. And
Give
tell
it a
us
like.
what you think of the Demons. The Daemons.
Tell us what you think of the Daemons, the demons, the people in between them. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching.